Okay, y'all, so I was just crying a little bit. And yes, I don't have my wig on because I ain't even really had that one all the way applied anyway. Because I know that I was going to take it off. But it was like tight. I got to adjust it. And, you know, this is my real hair. I just wanted to take it off. And I want to be transparent. Like, transparent, I think that's the term I want to use. I want to basically just tell what's going on, what I'm doing. I got some dinner tray and some ice cream to go with it. This I've been at the ice cream, but I went to Dollar Tree and got me some dinner trays on my way back here. But you know, what I was saying about the guy in my last video, I was saying that he basically was acting like he didn't want to bring me back to this room, to my room. So he wanted me to hang out with him, and I was like, no, you know, I don't want to hang out, you know. But I told him, like, when it was time for him to take me, like, I was like, you know, I'm ready to go. Take me home. And he kept trying to say, oh, I got Aaron, and I want to go here, and I drop you off in a minute, and I'm over here like, okay, well, you asked me did I need a ride, and now you're doing all of this. And I knew he just wanted to hang out, you know. But he drinking, he driving, and I really don't want to hang out anyway. So, you know, I'm in a situation where people even think they're going to try to take advantage of me. Like, so I got him to drop me off, but when I was on my way here, the man from the building, I was staying in the building when I had the white hair, when I had to leave Marcus, and they've been doing a whole lot of little schemes and skits and everything, so it's so mumble jumble that you gotta try to look back to who it was, who did this and who did that, you know, when piecing so much stuff together. Well, the man had brought me to this building where I could not, and I do have that, I have that information, but he brought me to this building, and the building, he told me I wouldn't have a problem, that it was like a hotel, but when I got inside, he had like a little room, and he was saying like I had to creep to the restroom. It was like a shared restroom, you know, I gotta creep to take a shower, and you know, I'm a female, you know, so I have a bathroom right there, and then I'm a grown woman, you know, so you know, I'm gonna go in the restroom and do the things that I need to do for myself, and that's basic necessities, and that's what God said to the therapist when he got in my body when I was in the cell in the jail. He was like, he said, put her in the cell. No, because he was talking to me, so he was like, put me in the cell with running water and with a bed, and then come back to me and ask me about my mental health. And he listened to what God said through me. And he put me back somewhere where I had water and a bed. And then he came and did a mental evaluation, and I passed. So when you deprive someone of the natural necessity thing that they need, and you do your best to have a community of people try to withhold the basic necessity from a person, then they want to turn around and point the finger at the woman and say, oh, she this, oh, she that, oh, she crazy. But not according to God. God said, oh, no, she got her basic necessity, then come back and see if she crazy. Ask her about her after she have what she need. And then evaluate her. And that's righteous wisdom. And he said it to me. So I'm saying it because of the power of God. Because of God. That was his judgment. And people doing it now. And that's what they've been doing. So, anyway, the man was over there, like, texting me. I haven't heard from this man in a long time. And on top of that, the man, Deshaun, called me earlier when I left, and he had not contacted me. I told you guys that he was trying to use fighting word, but then trying to make it seem like, oh, he was being a gentleman. He never tried to put me out of the room, but then trying to make things difficult and doing the same tactic that the other men were trying to do. And so, oh, Jesus, thank you, Father God. Thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. In your spirit just, that could just release so much and explain so much about what's going on. Just thanking God and praising Him through it, whatever moment that I'm in. And the man was texting me from the building, and I left that building because when I realized that I would have to be locked in the room, I was like, oh, he got me in this building, but he misled me and told me he had his own hotel room, and he waited 2 months to bring me to this place saying that he didn't have anywhere. He met me downtown when I first came, and there was a security guard named Shahid, and they was over there trying to like pay me out to be crazy because I told them I was pregnant and that some white people tried to kill me and my baby out in Texas and chased us all around and chased us from Texas. And he was like, oh no, they don't do that, they don't do that. And he was trying to pay me out to be like I was crazy just for telling him, but he was digging all up in my business like how they be doing. And so I didn't want to tell him, but I could tell he was prying, that he kind of might already know that something was wrong, but that he just wanted to like coon, and I called him out real bad. But I'm not going back to that time because it is what it is. I actually seen him. I was doing good, and he was still same. But, squashed it because I ain't trusting nobody anyway, period. So, anyway, the thing with me about this guy, he started texting me because it's like you want to leave me locked in a room, and then he left all day and went to work, and there wasn't nothing to eat or nothing to drink up in that damn room. He's texting me right now too. Nah, this is the devil. There was nothing to eat. There was nothing to drink in the room. He had a refrigerator in there. He had a sink. He had a toilet and a bed. And it was almost like a prison. It was almost like some sort of correctional facility. They even had people checking people in and out. Like, that ain't your own place. That ain't, what is that? I understand if you're getting on your feet and you need something just for you, that's cool. But when it comes to me, if I'm not the one they told me because I was a guest that I couldn't come in and out of the property, that I would have to hide and, try to say I had to leave at a certain time. So I was like, oh, well, if I gotta leave at a certain time, ain't no need of having me over here till 10 o'clock at night and then having me outside with nowhere to go. I'm finna leave right now. And the woman was like, oh no, you can stay. And, he brought me into the place, and he said to me, he was like, they cool, la la la, you can stay. And then he told, because I asked him, I said, what are your rules before I come over there? And he was like, oh, no rules, just no BS. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he was like, oh, you gotta sneak to the shower, you gotta act like you me and put on my hoodie, and you gotta do this. I said, oh, hell no. Now I understand someone looking out for you, but I was like, okay, cool, someone helping me, so I just, do whatever he need me to do so he can help me. But then all of a sudden, like, he left me. And if I need you to go to the store to get me some food or something, because I can't be, sneaking around your property or whatever, cool. This man didn't have no water to drink in there. They had not been opened. He didn't have nothing. Every beverage in the house had been opened and mixed with something, and there was sink water, and there was no food. And he had cooked me a burger or something like that, and I don't know, but at the end of the day, I don't even feel comfortable with that. And so the man was like, he was finna go to work or something, and then he said he was gonna be gone till 10 o'clock. Then he was like, oh, he was gonna be no, not 10 o'clock. He said he was gonna be gone till like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then at 4 or 5 o'clock, he was like, he said he wasn't finna be there. By that time, he was like he was finna be gone for another half of the day. And then he said he had a neighbor that could go and get some food for me, and she stole the money that I had. That could have been the last money that I had, but I didn't. I asked her to just give me a drink because I didn't want people cooking food for me, because I already know my situation and I'm with child and they done did all kind of stuff to the food already. So I don't really trust people, and at that point I was like, no. She took forever to come and help me to get the food, and they just be sitting over there plotting on me and plotting on my food and plotting on everything when I say that I want to eat something. And so basically the lady never showed up. Then she finally did hours later when I was finna leave, because I had been starving. My mouth was completely dry. My stomach was, hurting really badly. And I knew I needed somewhere to stay, but I was like, no, there is no way that I'm gonna be up in here, in this room, locked in here by myself, starving and thirsty. And I have a way to get myself food, but they're trying to leave me in the room and say that I can't leave the room because he helped me get a place to stay and he lived there too. No, I'm not gonna do that. If the property is that strict, then I just won't come on the property, and I just left. And he kept blowing me up. And then so I said I was gonna come back one night, and he lied and said he was coming back early. And he called me and told me he was at the racetrack or something. I think that night that he said he was working. So I don't know which night it was, but it's like he was trying to hang out and then like just leave me outside like waiting on him, and I ended up leaving and going somewhere else. And it's such a mumbo jumbo. That's how much they tried to so-called toss me around. But that's what I'm telling, because I can talk to who I want to talk to, but at the end of the day, I don't want nobody putting me in a position to where they can mistreat my body and then try to make it seem like they was helping me out and they didn't do anything wrong. So that's why I left, and they made me sleep in the bed with him because there was a little twin size bed in the room. So, I was thinking, oh, if it was a hotel, it would at least be a larger bed, and it was not a hotel at all. That was like a complete lie. As far as a description of what the property actually was. And so basically, when he was gone, I just left. So he been hitting me up, and I will call him when I think like maybe I might not have nowhere to go. I will call him, but I wanted that to be the last resort for me to have to go do that again. So I haven't been back there since, and I did get some information when I was there, as far as like me standing there like in the mirror, and I'm thinking to myself, am I gonna walk out this door? I looked at myself and got myself together, and the woman took my money when she came. I was about to leave, and she came when I was about to leave, and I was like, well, I can use something to drink because I had been thirsty. And she said, oh, they got sodas downstairs, and I gave her a $10 bill, and she said, it's $1. And I told her, I don't want any food from down there. I'm okay on that because I'm about to go, but if you wouldn't mind going to get me a drink. And she looked like she was on crack so bad. She looked so bad, like, I don't know, this woman was acting, and talking about she was from Jamaica, and she was acting crazy, and I was light skinned lady, and she just looked real doped out, and I was like, man, he sent this lady up here talking about she can give me something, but like, oh, she trying to help, and the crackhead lady done took my $10 and ran off with it, and then I still up in the room waiting on her to bring back the money, and I ended up starving, like hungry, thirsty. I got my bags, I look so pretty, I'm about to go get me something to eat and leave the fucking $10. Y'all not gonna starve me and make me have to thirst and then lock me in a room, bitch. I wasn't guilty of the charge. You're not gonna set me up to have to sit nowhere like yo fucking prisoner. God said I'm not guilty. And I'm pregnant, bitch. Y'all gonna start trying to starve me. And that's not to my people out there who I like and who understand what I'm going through. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that did this. I'm talking to the man, the person who did it, like whoever. Because that's wrong, and that's just me. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. but they did that to me. And so he texted me when I was in the car riding home here. He texted me and he blowed me up, y'all. He blowed me up like it filled up the whole screen. Oh, he was like, "Oh, come here tonight. I haven't heard from this man," because he was texting me like trying to be like, "Oh, baby, this." But at first he was acting like he was just trying to look out like, "Oh, I just look out for a nice young lady," like. Then next thing you know, he over there like, "Oh," he texted me, "Oh, baby," he was like, "Hey, how you doing? La 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 la, and you should stay with me tonight." I'm sitting over here thinking to this man like, no, I'm not going to go over there. It's like he was just trying to keep me from coming back here. And that's one, two, three, four, five, all these text messages. This man ain't never blowed me up like that. Like, he done called me after I left, but he been stopped calling me. I haven't heard from this man, you know? And so, like, he blowing up my phone. And I'm sitting over here like, why is he blowing up my phone and acting like this? And they know I got this room. And I see how many dudes trying to keep me from coming back here. And they ask got to stay outside. And they can't do nothing to me that I don't want them to do. Unless Deshaun come back. And if Deshaun come back, then he can try to do something. Sexual, physical, messy, financial, evil. If a person don't come with good intention, a person don't come with good intention. And he called me when I left. So it was like, oh, as long as she's sitting in there, locked in there, with no food to eat, and starving, and we know she's pregnant. I don't know what he know, but he might look at food I got. And I have to get on the bus, and I don't have a key, and I can't trust him. So that means that I can't even leave none of my stuff, and I'm pregnant. And I gotta walk to go get some food every time, and I can't leave it in the room. I can't keep it with me. I have no refrigerator. It's a nice, nice, nice little block. And so, Lord Jesus, help me, Father God, because it's ridiculous. So, I was like, okay, I go to get my food and everything, and the man, like, he calls me. Deshaun called me when I was at the train station. It's like he was calling me, like, checking me, like someone watching me, like, oh, she leaving, or something. I don't know. And so, he called me, and that's it. I didn't answer the phone. Because if you call me like you want to do fighting word and you talking about I can chill, you not bothering me, and you living your life, it's over with. Okay. You got the room for me? Sorry I didn't get the chance to say thank you. Because you too busy cursing at me and being upset, about my body. And my body done been through enough. And I know that people used to seeing women get so tore down and beat down. And once they feel you get past a certain level of where you've been through stuff, they don't want to see God heal you. They don't want to see, you make it on your feet for real. Everyone talking in your face be like, ooh, we really want to see you toe up to the floor. Oh, you're no good no more anyway. Or, they turn around and be like, oh, she ain't got nothing, or she don't got this, or she don't got that, So, man, like, I don't be wanting to hear nobody try to feed me dreams every day. Oh, girl, I gotta do this for you, girl. Ooh, hoo, hoo. And then I'm like, and tomorrow ain't gonna be, fuck you, bitch. Like, I don't like you no more. And I'm gonna be like, okay. I first give birth to a boy, a son. And when I saw the little man running around like that and acting the way he act, I said, oh, I understand men a whole lot better now. And that's something that I think you can only understand if you're a mother. Like if you a father, I don't know how it feels to be a father. And maybe you can understand yourself better by looking at your son, yeah. But as a mother, it's the same thing. I can understand men a lot better by actually giving birth to a boy and watching him naturally interact with people. And men hold on to a lot of the things from birth up until manhood, And I can see a lot of the similarities between a young boy and a grown man. So they try to run a lot of game on me. And I be like looking at them like Tupac already told you get your game from a woman. So like I know you running game on me. And next day you're gonna be playing me. So I'm not the one for that. And they do that to a lot of women. So it's like they just was trying to keep me out the room. Um, it's like because I can get myself together. I can get myself together, but what another thing I was trying to say last night is that I don't feel safe because of Deshaun. Like, even though I know I don't have to go to this man's house, like he was like, "Oh, come to my house," and that's what several men been trying to get me to do. Why the fuck would I want to come to be with you? Why would Lord forgive me for eating that? Cause it done got cold. I gotta reheat. I know that's rude, y'all, but I gotta write a list of everything that I ate today. Or let me just try to tell y'all, cause it's hard to remember, cause I got a hunger headache earlier, and that just messed with everything. You can't really think straight, and there was no reason for me not to have food. It's like, oh, there was another man and he was holding me up for like 2 hours, like claiming he could try to help me or something like that, and asking me if I wanted him to give me some food, and I was like, yeah, and he never got the food. So my head was hurting, and I was like, I need, to go home. I could have got on the bus, but I was trying to take some bus fare. Now I'm like, fuck that shit. I get in on the bus. I don't want to ride for nobody, because a man this morning tried to give me a ride. No, I don't want no ride at this point. Like, if it's an emergency where I don't got no bus fare, then that's fine. But other than that, no, I go where I want to go on my own, and if I can't get there on my own, then I don't want to go. So basically, I got a hunger headache, and I was like, I was still there, but I could tell like that he was trying to push me why I got a hunger headache. And I looking at this man like, all y'all niggas probably know I'm pregnant. I'm pretty sure y'all all probably do. Cause when I was on my way out here to ATL, I knew they were gonna try to set me up in this motherfucker. And so I knew I wasn't gonna get the help that I needed. Like as far as getting the help of why I come here. I come here for shelter, and I didn't get. And so I know what their plot is. They got their little affiliation a phone call away. Oh, Andrea joined Atlanta. Oh, okay, then what we gonna do? It's that simple. Look what they were trying to do to me out in Texas. So what you think? They can't make a phone call? The United States already made the decision that they wanted to charge me in the situation. So at that point, you got these people who want to come out the woodwork, they onlooker, and they want to see something bad happen, a bad verdict to you. But then when that don't happen to you and you trying to get out and rebuild your life, oh, they angry about, because they wanted to see something bad happen to you. But it was not their decision. So, people tried to outcast me from community, from being a part of the community. And you can't just cast someone out from living life amongst others and having the basic necessities. Um, that's just absurd. So, anyway, I didn't tell the man I was hungry, but I finally got back here and I look and I see this man blowing me up, asking me to stay with him, and that's all these men been doing. They've been trying to get me to stay the night with them, and of course I look beautiful, and I told y'all that I'm vulnerable, so everyone can say, oh, you're so pretty, right? They know that they want to be with you, they know with their evil ass, because they know that's not what it is. They know it's a plot. They know it's a plot. That's what it is. So, that way I was saying what I was saying about Rochelle Frazier, the Salvation Army, and those other women. I was like, man, it's so sad what black people set each other out for. I was like, man, you really can't trust nobody but your God. You cannot. And that was like real sad to me. But I was like, it is what it is. That's what it is. And I was like, I gotta get back to that hotel. I was like, because that room paid for it and he got it for me. And I don't care what their plot is. I was like praying to God, like, let everything go good and that this man, don't do nothing, and then don't nobody do nothing to me, you know. And then so oh Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I just get so emotional. And I am pregnant, so you know, and it's a lot. So anyway, and I miss my baby boy, you know, it's just a lot, you know. But anyway, so I need to shower. I do need to shower, and I don't even want to talk about all of that because it's making me stressed, and I don't need to do. I don't need to stress. So um, I was like, you know, I'm gonna come back here to the room and just lay down and get situated. And I get here and there's a man watching me through the window, and I like, no, you know, I don't want to talk, you know. And he seemed like a nice neighbor, you know, but just I'm not interested, you know. I'm not bringing any men into the room. Men have asked me could they come inside. I said no. And y'all seen every room that I had. I never let a man come inside of the rooms. If I ever had 1 or 2 visits from someone, that was very rare when I ever stayed in hotels. I don't do that. I don't feel comfortable because men, you know how they can be. Um, so I didn't reply to the man trying to get me to come back to that building. There's been several men trying to get me to come with them. They've been trying to get me to do it all day, and it's not just because I'm pretty. I really believe it's because of my baby boy being taken from me by these wicked people. I have not seen my little boy, and they know what I know about them, and they know why I want my son, and they know that they should not have had my little boy, and they know my son is precious, and you trying to drive a mother crazy, and you trying to murder her, and she pregnant, and ain't no telling what y'all plan is or what y'all have done to the boy. I ain't seen his face. And no, my family, no one can tell me, no one can tell me where my son is. No one can say, let's hear her case and help her, because they all was involved with trying to torture me and bring it to this point anyway. So I don't even like to talk about my son because that's the main reason why they kept him from me, because they want me to nut up and just go crazy and then just say that's who I am. So it's taking a lot out of me. I already caught a charge for protecting myself, so I don't want to have to get in trouble for trying to go and rescue the boy, and I don't know if he's alive. And I'm pregnant, so you know, for me, it's not like I would even die for him. I don't even got the money to get to Texas. I don't have nowhere safe to stay in Texas. They got it set up very nicely. Just eliminate his mother and abuse her. Have your way with her. And I don't know what the plans are for the one that I got, but they don't care about the babe. They let me carry it this long. And still trying to do stuff, starve a person, and not let me know y'all trying to starve me. Then that must mean that this baby can probably still get some nutrients if they still trying to starve me. And I know I was showing, and y'all know that I was showing on my channel, and that's what they keep trying to do, like seeing people in, like, you know, she vulnerable, go get her and keep her for a while, or feed her good like the candy lady. Oh, come here, little children. You know, come get some candy. And they try to boil your motherfucking head. That what these niggas do. And I know they not just doing it because I pretty and because I a whole like they say. No. They doing it because I pregnant. And they doing it because they took my son from me. And there's some fucking witches and they're pedophile. That's why they doing it. And they want to keep me from having a mirror to do my makeup and my hair. They want to keep me from having a shower. They want to keep me from having that so that evil ass can pay me out to be some bullshit in the media. Fucking assholes. They want to keep me from peeing so I won't drink nothing. And be out there all dry mouth looking like a crackhead. That's why I gotta get my Bible. Because I'm angry. And I ashamed the black man for it. But they more ashamed of themselves. That's why he's drinking and driving like that. But don't put my life in misery with you. I already going through enough. You know you're sore. It's selling me out. I ain't tired of it. I'm tired, but I ain't tired of it because I gotta keep dealing with their bullshit. They not gonna stop. They know I done exposed their ass too much. And then how willing they go? But I've been smoking cigarettes and stuff. So that's another thing they're using. All the men come around with that smoke. And they go, hee hee. So they can say, oh, she pregnant, right? We did that to her. Well, she's smoking. Knowing that I'm pregnant. And that's evil. And the only way I can battle it is with God. And I have to just let my belly poke out and don't suck it in and say, I gotta eat. And then you're gonna leave me out here like this. I don't gotta go with you. But at least people know the truth about why I'm outside. And I don't like any of the men. I don't like none of them. Because they didn't stand up for me and my baby in this country. So I don't like them. But God told me to still love. So I can. And I'm capable of that. And if I meet a man that's worth my while, then he makes me feel a little differently that day in that moment in time. But that don't mean I gotta trust him forever. I don't trust men. I trust my God. He do that every day. Come past there every day. And y'all done heard him on my videos. That loud ass goddamn speaker. The dog are really necessary. Can't you take that shit in your room? But anyway. So I got the food. I got the food, yeah. And my stomach was looking flat, but I stopped sucking my stomach in for that. And I was looking at my stomach in the car, and I seen the baby just moving, and the men be looking me up and down, and some of them look at my belly, and the baby was just moving, and I'm like, looking at every little thing. They trying to pay attention to every little thing, trying to argue with me about every little thing, and you don't see that baby kicking in my belly, nigga. Please get the fuck out my motherfucking face. I'm sorry, y'all know I said that shit so fast because that shit real. They think they slick, bro. For real. And I'm like, man, please, y'all. Like, I went to sleep last night, but I only got like 3 hours of sleep. That's it. I only got 3 hours of sleep because I stayed up. I talked to God. I cried to the Lord. I prayed. I watched the news. I had some time with myself to just think. I fell asleep for a little bit. But, I had to watch my back, and I kept my duffel bag packed up the whole night because I didn't know if the man, Deshaun, was going to try to pop up. Because even with him having got the room for me, you see how he's being. What if he just popped up? Like, oh, I know she got the room, but I'm going to just pop up over there. And I told the man that I left. I told him that I left.